Hey, what's up, Monday Club? So here's a teachable moment for you. Check your sound settings before you begin to record an amazing podcast. I totally screwed up big time. The sound was being recorded through my internal speakers of my Mac and not through this awesome sound setup I have. So my vocals are poor quality. I apologize for that. So Gus sounds amazing. I sound terrible, but we have an amazing show for you guys. I think you're really going to like it. Stick through the crappy audio and enjoy episode 3. Welcome to Monday Club! Woo! Hello, all you Monday warriors out there. This is Peter Bois. I'm here with my buddy Gus Davis, and welcome to Monday Club. Today, there's an epic fail. We cheers to a guy who thanks his wife and girlfriend at the same time. That was smart. Stories from the road. We talk about times we've been hurt on stage. I tell my sonogram ball story, because Gus did last week, and me and Gus talk about the 9 worst magic tricks of all time. Welcome to Monday Club.
What is up, Gus Davis?
What is up, Peter Bois, man? How are you, buddy?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm awesome. I'm so excited it's Monday.
Me too, man. Me too, because I get to hang out with you.
Yeah,
we do
man.
Monday Club.
It's Monday Club. It's great. Oh.
I loved our texts this morning. I texted you a guy napping. It was like an emoji. And he's like napping, and it says Mondays, and he's all sad. And I'm like, not today.
Not today, Mondays. Not today. You can piss off.
So cheers, man. Cheers.
Hey, buddy. Cheers. Hey, we actually have a cheers today that we actually wrote down.
Yes.
Yeah, so here's my cheers to you, sir. May you laugh till you cry for as long as you live.
That is so sweet.
Oh.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Clink, man. Clink.
Clink. Ah, that's delicious.
Dude, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Fat Angel. It is this beer has spent too much time in front of Netflix drinking other beers and eating cookies. I think that's how I'm starting to end up.
Oh my goodness! It's like if you get in heaven, I hope that there are no like Gold's Gyms up there. It's like that would piss me off.
Yeah. It's actually real quick. It's from the Magic Hat Brewing Company in Vermont, New England. Shout out, and it's a paler shade of ale.
Oh, nice! I do enjoy the pale ales.
Yes, but do you see what they did there? A paler shade of ale. A lighter shade of gray. I think that's some sort of hippie term for a reference to the Grateful Dead.
I am being super high class, probably the opposite of Fat Angel. I'm drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon, a red wine here with my pinky up, just sitting back and enjoying my Mondays.
You know what though?
What?
I do really enjoy wine as well. Not ashamed to say that. I am not prejudiced against any alcohol. And Cabernet is kind of my drink when I drink red wine.
Yeah, I enjoy the Cabernet. I enjoy the Merlot every once in a while. Sometimes the what?
The Merlot. The
Merlot. That's right. When you're being fancy, the Merlot. I usually like white wines. I think white wines are my favorites. But I'm in a red wine and chocolate mood today. So
nice.
There you go.
I like that. So it's about laughing. Your quote, your cheers, is beautiful, beautiful, heartfelt quote. I'm not even being sarcastic, but no, it was really, really nice. We have something to help you laugh today.
I am so excited to see this.
So I found this on where did I find it? I found it on Flipboard, I think. And I'm trying to share this with you right now. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm going to add audio. So this guy is a soccer player. He's being interviewed after a soccer match, and you want to thank people. So here we go. Listen close.
Above, I always wish to win one of these, and I got it. So thank you very much for this, for giving me this. And I appreciate my fans also. my wife and my girlfriend. Yeah, I mean my wife. Yeah, sorry to say, I'm so sorry, my wife. Listen, I love you so much. I love you so much from my heart.
He knew he screwed up. He knew he screwed up bad. Like, as soon as he said it, he was like, oh, crap. Oh, no. I can't believe I just said that.
He just thanked his wife and girlfriend in the same breath. They didn't even take a breath in between.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Oh, that poor bastard.
What do you think is going to happen to him when he gets home?
I think he's going to play that Shaggy song that, like, oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I don't know. I didn't do any interviews. No, I don't have a girlfriend. No, it's all you, baby. It's all you.
They're interviewing someone else. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man.
It's funny how live interviews, live shows, live all that stuff, like how that happens to you. You know, you start tripping up on your words, and poor bastard, right? Like, I'm not condoning infidelity at all, but I am saying that, that poor guy, he's in the moment. He's so excited. He, wants to thank the people that mean the most to him in his life, and it just so happens that he's a douche nozzle.
Well, or you could think of it this way. He really loves his wife and his girlfriend.
Yeah, sure. I mean, sure. I hope his wife sees it that way,
Yeah, I mean, he's just a really sensitive guy, He wants to...
He wants to thank
He
him
just
about
has so much love. He can't be for just one person.
Oh, God. You know what I realized? So, getting back to our toast real quick, I realized that there are a lot of people out there that don't laugh. Like, they just don't laugh very often, Like, so here's a question for you. Have you ever done a show that you thought was a mediocre show? I mean, I'm not saying that, you just phoned it in or anything like that, but the show itself, you've had better shows, right? Have you ever done that show, and at the end of that show, somebody come up to you, especially like a corporate client, come up to you and said, oh, man, that was the best thing ever. Like, I've never laughed that hard, like, in my life. And you sit there and you think, really? Like seriously? That's the best you've ever seen? Because I laughed harder than that this morning on our text back and forth about Monday Clubs. You know what I'm saying?
I have those all the time. No, every show is the best show ever. Dude, yeah, totally. You get like this quiet crowd, but a lot of times it motivates me to like try to put more in. I'm like, I'm going to turn this audience around, and sometimes it never feels like I do. But like you said, like after the show, people come over, and all of a sudden I have the longest line for autographs, and I'm like, what? Did you guys just watch the same show that I did? Like,
dude, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
You weren't responding. You weren't interacting. It was like just.
I quite literally had that show a few days ago. I was doing this event for a city here in Texas. I won't say which city in Texas, but it was their police versus their firefighters. It was their HR versus their accounting department. All of these people that work for the city were there, and it was like I had to teach them how to clap, and then I would say something funny, and I just by the end of the show I was just like, I would say something funny and I would just hold the pose. Just hold it.
I know, you
just hold it. Just hold it, and then finally be like,
What did you do to teach them how to clap? Did you send them like a tutorial?
No, I quite literally was like, hey, guess what? That was a good answer. Put your hands up like this, and let's make some noise. Like, I don't want to say I was getting belligerent, but I was definitely trying to teach them how to do their job as an audience. And by the end, I definitely thought to myself, oh, well, this was just a jacked up show, But yeah, that happened. After the show, people just came up and they were just so appreciative and told me how funny everything was, and that they hadn't laughed like that in a long time. And I thought to myself, man, like that's honestly what inspired that Cheers. Like, open yourself up to enjoying experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. Life's too short.
Yeah,
you know.
I also don't get how people don't laugh at movies or TV shows. Like, I'll sit on the couch and I'll be like laughing my ass off at something, and just I buy into whatever they're selling, and I get looks like, what are you laughing at, from friends or something who just sit there and go, that's funny. Oh yeah, that's funny.
I think that's one of the funniest things that someone can say when you say something funny and their expression is the same, but they go, "Oh, that was funny."
Isn't that what comics do though? Because they hear so much comedy, they're just like, "Oh yeah, that was funny." Yeah. How could you be? Yeah, I don't get. How could you be a comic without enjoying laughing?
I don't know, but I'm with you, man. I am a perfect audience for magic and a perfect audience for comedy or TV shows. In fact, I stopped watching. There's do you know the show Deadwood?
I've heard of it, never watched it.
Okay, all right. Well, Deadwood's amazing. It really is. Just the acting, the scenery, everything about it. It's amazing. I stopped watching that show because I found myself like a 5-year-old child curled up on the couch, hugging a teddy bear and sweating profusely while I was watching the show. Like, it was just so intense, It was so intense that, I found I wasn't even breathing at parts of it, And yeah, I just get so sucked in. And I guess that's where the magic of TV and of storytelling of shows, of experiences like that really kicks in for me. I just get so wrapped up into it. So yeah. I don't know how people go without laughing all the time, but the world is funny. So
yeah, I kind of going back to that video, that guy who outed his girlfriend on national television. Right. You ever say something like you immediately regret it on stage? Like, you said it, and right before you finish saying, oh no, shit, I should not have said that.
Well, I do, but only because I have the sense of humor of a 7-year-old. It's like anytime I say, hey, strap on your helmets and get ready for such an awesome show, I think to myself, I just said strap on, and then I start getting the those kind of laughs.
Wait, from yourself or your audience?
Oh, from me, definitely. From me.
You just start giggling all over the place.
Yeah.
It was recent. It was probably this semester. I did a show at a college, and I don't remember exactly what the context was, but I made a gun joke on stage. It wasn't anything like, the joke itself wasn't like, it was like a joke that included guns. It was about guns. It wasn't
right.
But and then as soon as I kind of started finishing and it was just off the cuff,
Right.
There was a reference to a gun, and it brought something in my head, and I was rolling with it improv, and you just yes and keep going.
Right.
And right before I finished it, I'm like, oh, I just made a gun joke on a college campus. And I immediately apologized and moved on.
Oh, man. You apologized for it?
Yeah, I did. Because the people who booked me were in the room. Well, I was just like, I shouldn't have made the gun joke. They're so sensitive on college campuses, yeah. I feel. And especially about guns in particular.
Yeah.
So I didn't want there to be any ambiguity of
your moral fiber and stance upon that situation. Yeah. I get you. I get you.
And I needed to address it and move on, even if it was just for my psyche, because I felt so self-conscious afterwards.
Hey, do you cuss on stage?
Not regularly. Regularly, I say suck and hell, but that's not. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you're still in the PG range.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they say suck and hell in The Lion King.
I think you're right. It's a love story and someone dies.
That's right. I mean, everybody's got to die in a Disney
movie. Do you
movie.
swear on stage?
I usually don't. Here's my rule for swearing on stage. I only swear on stage when I think it's the funniest thing that I could possibly say. So, when I had a chick that got up on stage, answered a question, and then vomited all over my set, I said, well, shit. Because there wasn't anything else I could say, you know? Like, now we have vomit all over the stage. Cool.
That is awful.
But yeah, I try to keep it pretty clean, you know.
Yeah, I never want to
different ideas.
Yeah, I never want to rely on it. That's for sure, because it's a punch that it definitely punches up, kind of. I think artificially sometimes.
Yeah,
it punches up a joke. You know, if the joke's not funny enough, if you use a swear, it's funnier or something. Sometimes if I'm bombing, which happened like once every 20 years, I'll swear just to try to shake them out of it or something. You know,
right,
I'll just add it into a joke, and I'll use that. I'm not above using an artificial
whatever crutch you can. Yeah, no, I'm the same
if
way.
I need it, or if it's but that's about it. But thank you guys for listening. I'm talking to you. You know, thank you for listening. And all 5 of you. It's wonderful. Tell your friends about Monday Club. We're happy that you are part of Monday Club. And if you can, check out iTunes. Rate us 5 stars on iTunes. We would really appreciate it. And we want to grow the Monday Club. What's a better word than community?
Loyal listeners.
Yeah. We want to grow Monday Club, man. We want a lot of Monday Clubbers. So thanks for listening.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, speaking of all of our loyal listeners and just growing this thing, we talked about perhaps implementing a Monday Club drinking game.
Oh yes.
I mean, since we always cheers at the beginning of Monday Club, let's throw down some drinking game rules for people to follow along at home, not in the car.
All right. Yeah. Unless it's coffee. You're not alcoholic.
Coffee or water. Stay hydrated, folks. Yeah. Stay hydrated.
And caffeinated. So you came up with this game, Gus. What are the rules?
I mean, it's pretty easy. This is Monday Club, and so I just think that every time we say the word Monday, you take a sip of your beverage.
Starting right
now.
Monday! Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I might be saying Monday. Oops. Way more often than I usually do.
How did you guys make a 4-hour podcast?
Because we were still awake. We had not.
I should not have started this drinking game while drinking Cabernet Sauvignon.
your cheeks are turning a little red. I think.
Yeah, man, it's whatever we can do this.
I love this game. So every time someone says the M word,
that's right.
You got to take a drink. So if you're following along, is this going to be just this episode or every time? Is this
we're going to try it out this episode, and then I think we'll refine it next episode, and then we'll take it to our loyal fans and see what they think about this.
Yes,
game.
That's a good idea. We need your feedback. So we're on Facebook. And I guess Facebook, Twitter, or email us, mondayclubpodcast@gmail. www.mondayclubpodcast.com is where you find it all.
So, dude, last Monday Club. Oh well, goodness, this is such a terrible game.
Oh shit!
Last episode, I told a story where I dressed up as Batman and got kicked in the balls really hard, and ended up getting a sonogram done on my testicles.
When you were how old? 13?
I was like 13 years old. Yeah, it's awful. It's still awful. And as soon as I said that, I saw your eyes just like get huge, and you said, I have a sonogram story as well. So we're 2 dudes that randomly have sonogram stories. That's impressive. So do you mind telling your sonogram story?
No, I would not mind at all. In my show, I perform a straitjacket escape. And for those of you who don't know, straitjackets have straps all around the back. The arms get strapped on. Yes!
He did it!
And there is a what I like to call the please be gentle strap. It is the crotch strap. It goes from the back up to the front under your carriage, and then attaches in front, and then goes back around back to attach to a bulldog type alligator clip. And so basically, there's a little strap hanging, right below your manliness. And I've had some encounters with this crotch strap over the years. And I used to, my straitjacket escape is really crazy. I flail around on stage. And so I really play it up with crazy over-the-top music and everything. So I flail around. In my younger years, I was way more mobile on stage.
Do you have a time limit that you set?
The end of the song. I don't play it up though, but it's all choreographed.
Okay.
I play it mostly for laughs, and so basically, I just remember one time I was flailing so much, I just pulled up on my shoulder, and the strap went boom, right on my nuts, and it was very painful.
I am so sorry.
And so then it was just sore for a while. Pardon me. It was just sore for a while, the left one, and it was. I made an appointment with a urologist. I wanted to get it checked out, make sure everything was A-okay. And so, I made an appointment, and they scheduled a sonogram. Unfortunately, I was in my 20s, so I had a little bit of experience in this area.
Okay. All right. It wasn't your first time.
It was, it wasn't. Yeah. And I didn't have a hot nurse. She was middle aged. She was a motherly. That made it worse probably. And she put the jelly on the balls and started to do the sonogram to check everything out. And look, if you close your eyes, it feels the same. So you just I was just very focused on dead cats and baseball. And luckily, I got through it without a problem. Well, it was a constant struggle. I'm not going to lie, but I did make it through.
Yeah, you mind over matter.
Mind over matter. That time it was difficult. Yeah, but I got through. Everything was fine. I think I might have just bruised it. I didn't have any wires crossed like you did.
Oh man!
And I was okay. So after that, on stage, I started wearing a cup.
Wait, is that a true story?
True story. I wore a cup on stage, and you know what's weird though? Also, whenever usually. Whoever I got to tie the crotch strap, sometimes they would be really overzealous and they would they would pull on it really hard. Usually they were like dudes, I don't know, just really douchebags that thought they were being funny and thought that I could, probably like the kid that kicked you in the balls. He thought he was just being funny. He didn't realize he could actually hurt you by kicking you in the balls.
And it's a little known fact that wizards don't have balls.
And so every once in a while, I get a guy that just freaking lifts me off the stage, literally pulling the crotch strap. And luckily, I've learned how to maneuver it so it goes off to the side. But there's been a couple times where nope. But yeah, I wore a cup for a while after that. But it was so uncomfortable, and I think everyone thought I was packing because I looked at video afterwards. And that was about the time I started wearing skinnier jeans. And then I looked at a video afterwards, and I'm like, oh my god, I look like Superman down there.
Was that the year that you had the most repeat bookings?
Dude, that was. I got so many shows. A lot of Instagram followers, too. It was weird.
Oh man, well, dude, I'm glad you're okay now. You know.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I don't wear the cup anymore, by the
way. I can only imagine how awkward that is to get ready for your shows and putting on a cup.
Well, I don't do it in front of anyone. I try not to do it in front of anyone. But if you're ever at my show and I invite you up to touch my crotch strap, please be gentle. I'm not even joking.
Is that the worst you've ever been hurt on stage?
I threw my back out really bad, again, during the straitjacket escape. I used to do this, I used to bust tables in food run at a restaurant in Boston, and I would lift these trays. They had 12 full plates with metal covers on them, up and down these narrow stairs, up and down, delivering all the food to the upstairs dining room. And I blew my back out one day at work. I couldn't pick anything up more than 5 pounds. It was that bad. It hurt to breathe. I had to take shallow breaths. I was literally on the couch for 3 days. And I always had back problems since then. It's gotten better now that I've worked out throughout the years and do yoga and stretches and all that stuff. But after that, I don't know, it might have been a year later, I was on stage and I used to do this huge back bend to get the hand strap, the arm over my shoulder, arm over my head in the straitjacket escape. I just remember all of a sudden something popped in my back and I could barely finish. It was ridiculous. I woke up so stiff the next day. It was very painful.
Oh, dude, that's so awful. I'm so sorry that happened to you, buddy.
Thanks, man. How about you? You ever
So we move 1,000 pounds or more of equipment on and off stage during our game shows, and so I've hurt myself, before the show where, I have a bloody bandage tied around my hand or something like that. And after the show, loading out in the snow or ice and slipping down the ramp back into the truck. But I think the most embarrassing way that I ever hurt myself on stage, I was on a long run of shows, and we used to have these wooden player stands that people would stand behind, right? And what was nice about them, player stands, where the contestants would stand behind the player stands. Yeah. So what was nice about them was it was basically a small hutch. It was a top, 2 sides, and a front, but the back there was no wall on the back, so it was just an empty space under there. And like I said, we were on a long run of shows, and I'd gotten everything set up. I'd gotten in my, I had a bright red pimp game show outfit, right? This game show, full on sequins and sparkles on my suit. And I was done, dude. I was tapping out. So I curled up in a ball underneath one of those player stands and just went to sleep. Just in seconds, I was asleep, And our tech person at the time, Emma Haining, comes over and taps me on the shoulder with the microphone in her hand and says, "Hey man, they want us to start now." I was like, "What?"
Wait, everybody was in the audience?
They were all there, dude. There was 200 people in the audience, and she just comes up and hands a microphone underneath this podium.
Oh my god!
So I crawl out from under the I crawl out, and I'm going from 0 to 60. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go from being dead ass asleep to let's start the show. And I go to do my first hey everybody, welcome, and I trip and fall, and I knock down the player stand and the one of the curtains, and I just stage dive, tripping off of the thing.
Oh my!
And I wasn't hurt. I think I twisted my ankle or something like that. I mean, I made it through the show, but there's no way to cover that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to.
Dude, what would have made it even more perfect if there's a bottle of tequila that rolled out from underneath the player.
Don't think I didn't think of it. I mean, I'm sure that's what they all thought. They just she just splashed some water on me and was like, "Hey, it's time to come do these fun sketches."
Wait, did you fall off the stage? Or you just...
I mean, it was a short stage, but yeah.
Like, I just want to come out and meet the audience. I want to be with the people.
I'm pretty sure that was on a Monday.
Oh, I like this game. That's awesome. Me and Gus have compiled a list. This list is the ultimate, amazing, definitive list of 9 worst magic tricks of all time.
Of all time. In fact, these are the tricks that when I see someone do, I think to myself, either you're a birthday party clown, or you weren't loved as a child.
Ooh.
I mean, it's
or they have an incredibly dull personality with no taste. We're gonna get emails.
Yeah, get your email fingers ready, magicians. Get your email fingers ready. All right, dude. Why don't you start it off?
All right, the first, and these are no particular order except for the last one. The last one is there for
one
reason.
is unanimous. Yeah,
and that's actually what got us to make this list. The very first one. Our favorite or worst magic tricks of all time is the egg bag.
Why do you hate the egg bag so much?
Because it doesn't make any sense. Why would you?
And Finn. That's the end.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
For people who don't know what an egg bag is, it's a little black bag where you put an egg in, and then it disappears from the bag. People reach their hand in, it's empty, they pull it inside out, you can't find it, and then all of a sudden you can snap your fingers and make the egg appear back out of the bag. It's like, it sounds like a cool trick, but it doesn't make any sense. Why would you put the egg in a bag if you're going to make it disappear? There's no reason. There's no bag in this world that looks like that. It's like a made-up magic prop. Things that look like magic props, another reason why I hate it. Why do you hate it?
I hate it for the exact same reason. I hate it for that specific soundbite of it makes absolutely no sense. Okay? Like, I came up with a TV pitch that I wanted to do where it was a magician that walked around, David Blaine style and did magic for people, but in a place, in a space where what they were doing makes no logical sense at all. It's like, it like turns you into a douchebag, right? Okay, look. I have a bag here. There's nothing in it. Look, I can make an egg appear, but you can't find it. It's like, what if someone's hungry? like if you could really do that as magic, you could solve world hunger right there. That's a great source of protein, is this magical bag. And as a douche nozzle, you're just going to be like, look, told you I could do it, and then make it disappear again. Like, on those same lines, if you had, and for this TV show, you walk up to a homeless person, you take $1 out of their little bindle or whatever homeless people have, you take their $1 and you fold it up again, you open it up, and now it's $100 bill, right? And then you fold it up, and now it's back to that $1, and you give them the $1 back. Like, yes, I'm a magician.
Asshole.
You're an asshole. All right, that's it. Yeah, stupid egg bag.
All right. This is so this will basically be 9 rants in a row from both of us.
All right, the next one on this list is the jam illusion. Are you talking about the peanut butter and jelly illusion?
No, I'm talking about there's a box, and you put, and a lady goes inside the box, and then they have these tubes that they put in the box while the lady's inside, and it goes all the way through the box, and they do 2 of them. And so, see, I can't even describe what's supposed to happen because it doesn't make any sense. There's no specific magic that's happening. What happens, so are the tubes passing through the lady's body and she's still there? But then the worst part of it is usually, sometimes, like when in sword cabinets, you can put this in the same category, sword cabinets, and then they open it up and the person's gone. Why'd you do the whole freaking sword thing in the first place if you're just going to make her disappear? Like, the swords aren't impressive if she's not there.
Right, I can put swords away.
Yeah, right?
That's not impressive.
I don't get it. So the jam, it's just, you know why people use it? It's because surroundable and it's very practical, but it's the crappiest magic trick of all time. In
Dude,
one of them.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and just agree that any magic trick that, when it's all said and done, either makes no sense or the punchline is, see, I just hung something up on a wall because that person isn't there anymore. It's crap.
Yeah.
All right, what's your next one?
The next one for me is the dissecto. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It's the wrist chopper.
The arm chopper thing? Yeah. Why is that on your list?
It might not be on it if I didn't have a story about it. I don't know. It's not necessarily a terrible magic trick. It's basically you have this blade. There's this contraption. You put your hand through this stockade, and then you put a blade, and you come down, and it passes through the person's wrist or arm, and they're unharmed. So it's like a penetration effect. They magically see 7-year-olds giggles. So it magically passes through their arm. It's not a bad trick in and of itself. But I saw someone do it when I was a teenager, and he was a shitty performer, shitty magician. And this was in Maine. I don't even remember who it was. And I shouldn't even give you details about where it was. I don't want to, even if this guy's still performing. Anyways, it was the last thing in his show. He gets this woman up to do the dissecto. And it's just like red and yellow, colorfully lacquered, painted prop, right? So
right.
It looks like
straight from the magic shop, right?
Yeah. It looks exactly like a magic prop. So that has both bad points going for it to begin with. And the wrist goes in, and he comes down, and it doesn't go all the way through. It's like it stops right before it goes all the way through, and he's like, and it was like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden he goes, and it eventually passes through, and then he looks down, and then he gets one of those little silk handkerchiefs and ties it around her wrist. It was the most awkward 5 minutes I've ever seen on stage, ever. The guy cut this woman's wrist.
Like in real life?
In real life. He screwed up this whole trick, something that's like self-working, right? And he cut this woman's wrist, and they left the stage and went to the hospital.
Okay. Why? Okay, that in and of itself makes that perfect for this list. But why is it that magicians think it's magic to chop off or stab female assistants? Like, what is that?
I think there's some. I think they have a lot of pent-up anger against the females.
I don't know, man.
It was that guy. It was that woman who said no to him in high school. No, I don't want to go on a date with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You and your magic nerds are going to have to go to this dance solo. I don't know.
Look, we all have that. We just eventually find someone that says yes. You just keep going.
Man. Law of averages.
It's a numbers game.
All right, man. Next on the list is, I'm so excited. Snowstorms.
Why do you hate snowstorms? Because I probably will agree with you on this too.
Okay, here's the thing. I think if you don't know what the snowstorm is, it's an effect where someone sits down. They usually tell a story about their grandmother or a special time in their life where it didn't snow for them, and it try to do meaningful music that gets turned up very loud, and then all of a sudden out of their hands, snow particles comes flying down, and you shower the audience with snow.
Is this the one with the fan? The Chinese fan?
I mean, you can do it it doesn't matter. Chinese fan, big stage arena, it does not matter. The trick is crap, and here's why. Unless you're a gentleman, a scholar, a wonderful person, and you, after the show is over, bring out a giant broom and sweep up all the confetti that you just jizzed all over your audience, you are an asshole to the venue. And I have seen people who do this effect at restaurants and at restaurants, and they basically have to take all the tables and chairs out of the restaurant and clean them off from this douchebag magician that tried to make it snow confetti in there. I hate that trick.
So wait, does confetti get in their drink glasses and food?
Yeah. I was emceeing a show, and the last performer of the show, won't say his name, got up and did a snowstorm, and the show itself was on a stage in a Mexican food restaurant, and he did a snowstorm that covered. People were covering up their margaritas. Oh. People were trying to huddle over their enchilada plate, and it didn't matter because the snow got everywhere. And when the show was over, the manager of the restaurant said, you guys can't ever come back and perform here. And I was like, I agree. That guy's a jerk.
That's insane. That's crazy. I hate it for different reasons, but that's well, I'll add that one to the list. Holy crap!
I know, right? All right.
All right, next one. You put this one down. The topsy-turvy bottles.
Yeah, I hate the topsy-turvy bottles. So the topsy-turvy bottles...
I have to say, I might not 100% agree with you on this.
All right, here's why. The topsy-turvy bottles is a trick where you take a bottle, you put it in a tube, you have a person up on stage with you, they take the bottle, they put it in their same tube. You turn it over once, you turn it over twice, you turn it over 3 times, you lift it up, and here's where it gets screwed up. Your bottle is a different way than their bottle, right? Okay.
Because you're smarter than them.
That's it, right? But the problem there is that what they're doing is correct. Right? Their bottle is always going to be the correct way. It's your bottle that's always screwed up.
Mm.
So, in premise, basically you're saying, my magic is I have asshole magic. My magic doesn't do anything special except screw things up. But then the way that most magicians play it is, oh, no, it's you. You're doing it wrong. You're supposed to be like me. Well, no, I'm not. Yours is jacked up.
Yeah,
the premise of that trick
joke.
is just flawed. Yeah,
they make them the butt of the joke instead of themselves.
Exactly.
All right, I can agree with you, but I have seen good ones.
I think it's a great trick. Yeah. It is, but the way that most people play it is crap.
All right, agreed.
All right.
Next one on the list is the miser's dream, and it cannot end fast enough.
The miser's dream, for the same reasons that I said that TV show of magicians going around being assholes is a valid one. It's like the premise of the trick is that you take an empty pot or can or something like that, and you make magic coins appear, and you toss them
out of the ear. Or like a spectator's ear, or like
basically
a kid.
You're a leprechaun.
You get a kid up on stage and you pull all money from him.
Yeah, you're a leprechaun creating a magical pot of gold, and at the end of this trick, instead of giving this amazing money that you've just made out of nowhere, when it's all said and done, there's no money, and I think that. What
if they gave away all the coins to the kid or helper on stage? Would that improve your?
Opinion? No. If your idea is that you're going to show that one of your magical powers is that you can create money from nowhere, and that you are willing to give that money away to your audience because I can make more money wherever I want to, then I think it would get off my list. But right now, it's on my list, it's on my lawn, and it's Monday.
Side note, so former Monday Club podcast host Norman Ing, in his show, used to make hundreds of dollars appear on stage, and he would take a blank piece of paper and turn it into a $100 bill and would give it to somebody in the audience.
That's the way to do it. I mean, if you're going to say that you're going to be a magician, then that's the way. That's the only logical out.
No, it's perfect. It's amazing. I just think he was crazy for doing that.
My fee is this plus $100.
Yes, whatever it is, in cash. The next one on the list: sword through neck. So a lot of these there's like 3 penetration things. Oh, the last one too.
So here's my sword through neck story. When I was 15, 16, 17, I was doing a magic show at a library, and I used to do sword through neck, and it's an effect where you clamp basically a stockade around somebody's neck, and then you take a very real sword and you stick it through the stockade so it comes out of the other side, and then pull it out. I said pull it out, and
What day is today?
Oh, it's Monday. It's definitely Monday, buddy.
Sorry.
So I used to do that, and I would always make sure, back when I was doing kids shows, that I would get a parent, a dad, a mom, like someone older who could, roll with it, right?
Yeah.
So it's my final trick. I'm at a library. I'm doing this trick. I get a dad. The dad gets up there. He's super cool. I think I told you in the first episode that I was wearing a do-rag, right?
Yes.
So I would take one of the things I would do is I'd take that do-rag and I'd pull it down over my face. So it went from do-rag to executioner's mask, right?
Yeah.
And I took that sword and I started sticking it through his, sticking it through his neck with giant air quotes. And his little, 3-year-old daughter stands up in the crowd with tears pouring down her face and screams, "Please don't kill my daddy! Please don't kill my daddy!"
Oh, my God.
Which is not only the end of the trick, but where that trick got on this freaking list, because screw that trick.
Yes. Oh, my God. Did you immediately throw or sell that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I broke the cardinal rule and showed everyone how that trick was done and told everyone that trick would never, ever, ever be in my show again.
That's interesting. Actually, I saw a good sword through neck. It wasn't a sword through neck, though. It was, I hope he doesn't mind me telling this, but he performs it so people see it. My buddy Michael Troutman, he's like a mime and adds some magic into his show. He has a hat in one of his acts. It's like a top hatty type, not a traditional top hat, but yeah. Anyways, it's a hat, and he puts it over his head, and then he kind of screws it onto his head, so it's over his eyes, and then he takes a sword and sticks it through his head and the hat at the same time.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he does it to himself, so it kind of takes care of that problem.
Yeah, I mean,
you're killing my daddy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying if you have that effect and you've done it correctly or in a different way that it's a bad piece of magic. But the way that most people do it, just the premise of, hey, I'm gonna stick
first of all, the
piece
stockades.
of metal through your through your neck.
Michael Troutman got around that, and okay.
A drum roll, please.
All right, here we go. Oh wait, no. Before it, this is the second to last one. You want a drum roll for that one? The bra trick.
Oh my God.
The 20th century bra trick. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. It's the super sexist magician trick where you're playing to the lowest common denominator and you pretend to reach into a woman's shirt or dress and pull out a fake bra. And
so there's an actual quote-unquote trick, right? You take two silk handkerchiefs, tie them together so they're knotted. Then you put the knot that you ask them to tuck it into the front of their shirt. And,
right.
I mean, I've never done this, so I wouldn't know. And then you make a handkerchief disappear. And the traditional way is the handkerchief would appear tied in between those already tied handkerchiefs.
Right.
But instead of doing that, so you do it once and then you offer to do it again. And this time, when you pull it out of the front of her chest, there's a bra in between instead of a handkerchief.
Right. This trick was designed by 12-year-old boys who will never ever figure out how to take a real bra off in their entire life, and I so bad want to throw this person under the bus, but I won't do it. But I went to the worst magic show I've ever seen in my entire life, where one of the questions that the guy literally asked from stage, he said, "Hey, you guys ready to see some racist magic?" So that was his opening line, and then later on in the show, he gets the only female in the entire audience up on stage and does this trick, and I mean, dude, it is such a male chauve, not impressive crap piece of magic that is only designed to make the person up on stage have the nervous laugh instead of the actually funny laugh. I think that's a huge difference. I think if you're going to perform comedy or comedy magic or any routine, you really need to know the difference between making your audience so uncomfortable that they're laughing so that they're not getting up and leaving, or actually laughing because they're having a good time because you're facilitating that, you know?
Agreed. Don't do the broad trick unless you do it on yourself. That might be fun.
Okay, yeah.
We should do the broad trick on you, Gus, on a Monday Club live show.
That's Monday use.
And the ninth, the unanimous worst magic trick of all time is the linking rings. We hate the linking rings.
Oh my God!
We can come out and say it.
It really is the worst trick ever. I know so many professional magicians that actually working professional magicians that are out there doing shows that will agree that the linking rings is by far and away the worst effect of all time.
Yeah, I bores me to tears. After so the Chinese linking rings are steel, unbroken rings, right? They're like what, I don't know, a 1/4 inch round steel ring, like big, and it's like can be 8 inches or like 12 inches in diameter.
Everything about this trick is terrible.
So of course everyone has a set of these in their house already, so that makes sense. And then you take the rings and you start clinking them together, and they link, and so the first time it might be slightly interesting. The second time, it fucking puts you to sleep.
And the worst thing about this effect is that people who perform this effect seem to think that because it's one of the classics of magic that you should spend 12 minutes performing the stupid linking rings.
Yeah, they have these long drawn out routines where it's long and drawn out, linking and unlinking these same steel rings over and over and over. I just want to.
One of my favorite parts about people who perform the linking rings is because they've watched the tutorial on how to perform the linking rings. They all have that moment where they stop and pause for an applause cue when it links and unlinks for like the 30th time. And there's never any applause. There's just that awkward moment of them standing there holding giant metal circles in their hands.
Yeah, even if this was like real magic and you were actually doing this and it was like the most amazing thing, you still would be bored after the second or third time you do it.
Right. I mean, unless you happen to work in a chain factory, there is no practical application of linking and unlinking rings like that,
Yeah. So I'm glad we got that off our chest. The worst magic trick of all times. We will debate you. We have the best arguments on this one, I think. I think we're right on this. So we will debate you on Facebook. Come at us on Monday Club Podcast on Facebook, or you can email us. Oh, drink.
I like that Pete's like, come at me, bro. Come at me with your linking ring.
I'll take you down. Oh, man. And that leads us, we didn't get to this last time, to our new weekly segment called Teachable Moments.
Teachable Moments. So I had, and this all goes back to our initial cheers about I hope that you find laughter in your life and that you can at least laugh till you cry, well into your old age. But I recently did a corporate game show, and here's the thing. We're on air. We're having a beverage or two. We're enjoying ourselves, right? But the thing is, we don't need that beverage to have a good time.
No, they're tasty.
It is very tasty. This corporate client had an open bar that started at noon. Our show was at 7.
Oh my God.
Okay. Their dinner was in another room and was supposed to go from 5 to 6:30, and then us start at 7 o'clock. Okay, you with me so far?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. They cleaned the bar out of booze for their dinner. Okay. Then at and I'm backstage. I'm dressed. I'm ready to go. Let's do this at 6:45.
Doing
so
a game show.
Ready to do a game show at 6:45. I'm in a room by myself though, just me and James with our tech guy for the show. So I'm just hanging out, standing up backstage, drinking some water, loosening up, and and at 7:10, still nobody had come into the auditorium. At 7:20, finally some people staggered in there, and they are so lit that they don't know what they're doing. They just come falling in, and are like, you can just hear them from the other side of the curtain being like, "Well, I wonder what this here thing is. Oh, some bright lights. Oh, it looks like some kind of show of some sort." It was. They were belligerent, right? So they're sitting down.
Sounds like you were in Texas doing this.
Oh yeah. Oh, very deep in Texas. Yeah. That was I thought that was a pretty good.
That was a good one.
Accent. Yeah. So they're sitting. They're all kind of those couple of people are piled in. At 7:30, so 30 minutes after we're supposed to start, I've just been backstage standing around there for about 45 minutes. Our client comes in and she says, "Hey, I can't find the rest of the audience.
Oh,
I lost them. But I'm going to try to find them. So you guys just hang out here."
So your client was belligerent too.
Oh, so hammered. So she leaves again. About 10 minutes later, another group of about, 20 people kind of file in with our client. Now, I've been waiting for almost an hour, but that first group of belligerent people have definitely been in there for more than 30 minutes, and now they're getting antsy,
Yeah.
But here comes 20 or 30 more people, and then our client goes up to James, our stage manager, and she goes, hey, we're going to start in a few minutes, but we ran out of booze, so I'm going to make a beer run real quick, and I'm going to just drive to the store. I'll be back in a few minutes, and then we can start. And I told James, I was like, dude, there's no way any of these people are going to just stay in this room for an hour and 20 minutes before the show starts and have us do a good show. It's just not going to happen. They're going to go to sleep. They're going to go to the bathroom. They're going to leave. So we just had to start, and about halfway through the show, she comes back and starts handing out beers left and right to people, and the show itself, it was rough, man. It's like these people did not know how to
answer questions.
They did their best, but it's like they did not know how to relax and smile and laugh and answer questions or just be normal people without that liquid lubricant of alcohol, and it was noteworthy. So that's my teachable moment, man. Enjoy your freaking life with or without beverages. It's a great life. Laugh, smile, play with each other. Because seriously, being slammered isn't that fun when it's all said and done.
No, I'll cheers to that Monday. No, I hear you, man. Yeah, that sucks.
It was rough, man. It really was.
I kind of wish I could have seen it.
I went full diva backstage though. I was like, oh, absolutely not. No, we're gonna start right now. No, and get me a bottle of water and some green M&Ms.
That's great. So my teachable moment is simply this: in the middle of a hurricane, don't stand by the ocean and get hit with a flying fish.
I cannot wait. Pete has saved this for me until now. All right.
So there's this video. Let me cue it up. I'm going to cue up some sound here. And, we'll listen to it.
It's got to be the catch of the day. A Welsh weather reporter had been battling the elements already when a fish...
Bam!
That's not real.
There's this reporter. There's this
That's from the new Monty Python movie.
woman.
Someone
in the middle of the storm, standing next to her, and she's giving a report, yelling like,
That's good.
and then all of a sudden, the big wave comes in
It's too good to be
slaps
set
her
up.
in the side of the face.
that well and hit her on the
Dude,
side.
can we just say out loud that weather reporters who get sent out in hurricanes or blizzards and stuff like that, that's the worst job ever. It's like, I can look outside and see that it is awful outside. I don't need you to stand outside or be in a hurricane or a tornado risking your life to prove that it's awful. I can see that. It's terrible, you know?
Yes. When I first saw that, I watched it, I don't know, like 83 times in a row because I couldn't stop. It was so amazing.
Well, it's funny because on that video, you can see where they slow it down, and you can see the moment.
You can catch the
where,
frame.
Yeah, you can frame by frame, and you can see the moment where she's like, am I getting slapped with a fish? Oh, crap, I think I'm getting... Oh, and then she just, like, her face disappears from the camera.
And she falls over out of frame. Oh, it's amazing. I'm going to post the links in the show notes of this video. Anything we talk about in the show, we're going to post in the show notes, so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. It's really funny. Man, this has been a great Monday Club, bro.
Dude, absolutely. Cheers one more time.
Cheers. Yes.
Thank you guys so much for sticking through the crappy audio. I appreciate it. Check us out at MondayClubPodcast.com for all your Monday Club needs. Socials up there. Email us. We want to hear from you. Questions, comments, concerns, MondayClubPodcast@gmail.com. Also on Twitter at MondayClubPod. Talk to us there or on Facebook.com/MondayClubPodcast. Thanks for listening to episode 3. Have a great Monday.